It's Saturday night, it is Prizefighter, live from a very lively Liverpool, a packed house here at the Olympia. Now the last of our quarter-finals, will former British super featherweight champion Gary Sykes suffer a repeat of his Prizefighter nightmare? If you don't know about it, well, he was brutally knocked out in just 45 seconds when he was the favourite to pick up the title almost 2 years ago. Hoping the scars remain. That man, Hull's Tommy Coyle, fresh from celebrating his 23rd birthday this week, boasts a perfect 13-fight record. Here's Michael Pass.
Ladies and gentlemen, Betfair Prizefighter quarter-final number 4. Introducing to you firstly, boxing out of the red corner, wearing the blue colour shorts trimmed with gold. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 9 stone, 10 pounds, 12 ounces. His undefeated record reads 13 contests, 13 wins, 4 of those wins coming by way of knockout. He comes to the ring as the current Central Area Lightweight Champion, presenting from Hull, Tommy Boom Boom Coyle. And opposing him, boxing out of the blue corner, wearing the blue spangled shorts trimmed with red. At the weigh-in yesterday, he scaled 9 stone, 9 pounds, 13 ounces. His excellent record reads 22 contests, 20 wins. 5 of those wins coming by way of knockouts, with only 2 defeats. Presenting the former super featherweight champion of Great Britain from Dewsbury, Gary 5-Star Sykes. Timekeeper of the bell, Colin Roberts. Referee in charge of the action, Terry O'Connor from Birmingham. 3 3-minute rounds.
You know the rules. Protect yourself at all times. When I say break, you want to shake hands, best of luck.
An all-Yorkshire affair, and Gary Sykes, with all those horrible demons dancing around in the back of his mind. Last time in Prizefighter, sparked out in 45 seconds by Gary Buckland. Tommy Coyle, the Central Area champion, bringing his unbeaten record in. Which one of these two is going through to the semi-final? It was interesting talking to Gary Sykes yesterday, Jim. He said, will you guys please stop showing that knockout? Well, I guess it's up to Sykes to make us stop showing that with a good performance tonight, and he'll certainly want to do that because he's had a very frustrating 12 months.
Yeah, I've always felt that Gary Sykes is made for the Prizefighter tournament. I thought that last time when disaster struck. He has a terrific engine, he starts quickly, excellent boxer, and has boxed at an excellent level, which is the difference between himself and Coyle in this one. Coyle trying to start quickly, taking chances, but making mistakes already.
Yeah, it's a big, big step up this for the youngster from Hull, the baby of this group. And he won the Central Area title against Graham Higginson, who was the only opponent with any real class that he's faced. So is it a step up too soon, or can he live with these former British champions? He'll face another one if he can get through here, because Anthony Crolla awaits in the semi-final.
Yeah, well, just what he's putting into it this early, Coyle, is making it uncomfortable for Sykes. But you would think Sykes maybe in the first minute or so would just move around, let him hit fresh air instead of standing with him. But Sykes beginning to produce now.
Left hook getting through from Sykes. Coyle showing he's not going to be intimidated here.
Just a little bit wild, Coyle. But, you know, he has the right idea. Start quickly, try to get that first round in the bank, but he's now the better quality work. At the moment is coming from Sykes, putting punches together now. Yeah, timing them much better.
It's been a what-if year for poor old Gary Sykes. Last September he lost his British title in a real thriller against Gary Buckland. And then there was a chance that he could have boxed Adrian Broner for the world title. He would have been a big underdog, but never even got the chance because of Lamont Peterson failing the drugs test. That was on the undercard of Carl Peterson. So he said yesterday, he said, there's a lot of frustration pent up inside me, and somebody's going to get it tonight.
We just need this one to settle down a little bit. Not enough clean quality work. So not a lot to split them in the opener. I mean, the work rate of Coyle, although he's been missing a lot, and the better quality from Sykes, but it hasn't quite gelled, just a little bit untidy. Both boys just too much in a rush. Want this to settle down.
was a decent combination landed from Coyle. And Sykes certainly hasn't had all this his own way. Far from it. Coyle won't be too unhappy with that opening session. And Julian McGowan, who's the coach of Gary Sykes, complaining to Terry O'Connor there about the head.
Need more work, okay? Yeah. He's working with you, but he's blowing. Now listen, you weren't sloppy, but I need more work from him. Listen, he got through with about 3, 4 right-hand leads. I need more of the same, but I need the hook on it, okay? Yeah. I need more of the same, but I need the hook on it. Bum, bum. I need a bit more work from you, Gaz. It was a close round. You might have nicked it, but it was too close, okay?
Julian McGowan there saying it was close. It was, Jim.
Yeah, I couldn't split them. I mean, there wasn't an awful lot of quality. But I thought the better quality did come from Sykes, but a big effort, especially in the first minute, from Coyle. So, all to go here. Good little match-up, but we just need the pace to settle down a little bit and the quality to come to the fore.
Round 2.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see which way the judges will score that one. The first 3 quarterfinals were pretty clear-cut. This one a lot closer so far. Let's see if the class and the experience of Gary Sykes will prevail here in this second round, or whether the youth and exuberance of Tommy Coyle will prevail. He certainly isn't overwhelmed or intimidated.
Yeah, made to miss there 3 times in the trot by Sykes. So Sykes settling down, I think, trying to just drag the pace down to a workable pace.
Landing a combination of his own as well. So picking his shots a little bit better here. Having said that, Coyle just dug a left to the body, but Sykes continuing with the work rate. Trying to keep it high. Catching that hand there. Some oohs and ahs from the crowd. He did, he's taken it well, and Coyle switches the attack downstairs, then another big swinging right hand upstairs. He's having some success, and Sykes has been made to work for this, and he is getting tagged.
Yeah, leaving himself open. That's 2 big right hands he took there. He's producing good work himself, but leaving himself wide open, you thought he would have learned.
Solid, straight left from Coyle, who is growing in confidence. Feint there.
No, I don't think Sykes is performing as well as he would like to do. No smoothness, he can't get this fellow under control.
He's getting a bit ragged with his work here as well.
Left hook again from Coyle.
You can see why Coyle's unbeaten. He's got some skills, this youngster from Hull. Just 23 this week. This would be a heck of a scalp if he can pull off a victory over Gary Sykes.
Well, it's for sure he has not allowed Sykes to perform. There's no smoothness. Sykes still walking on to punches, making basic mistakes.
He's had his moments in this second round, Sykes, but the punches you remember are the ones that Coyle landed. Earlier on, a couple of big right hands. Sykes took them well. And again, it's another one that is a coin toss for me, this one, Jim. It really is a close one.
Big right hands. Well, like Coyle so far in this round, he's landed the punches that count. The memorable punches. Sykes, a lot of effort, but no rhythm in his boxing.
Well, for me, Jim, both these rounds are the toss of a coin. But don't forget, at the end of the third and final round, we want you to tell us who you think deserves the win. Go to zbox.com now and get ready to choose your winner.
Listen, lean in, lean out, lean it, you're teasing. Listen, but you're teasing out, you're making him miss, but you're not making it fair.
Well, these are the punches that you tend to remember at the end of the second round. Nice little burst there from Sykes, but most of those were blocked on the elbows. But there's no smoothness to Sykes' boxing. A couple of good body shots. That one was well low, but too often caught with the last couple of punches in the exchange.
Davis saying respect to Gary Sykes for coming back after what happened last time. Imran Hussain, hope Sykes comes through. Sykes-Crawler would be one heck of a rematch. We're a long way from that. Tommy Coyle has other ideas.
Seconds out, third and final round.
It's the last round of the quarter-finals. Who will face Anthony Crawler? And as much as we say, well, Sykes has never managed to grab hold of this one, you could criticise Sykes, or should we just be praising Tommy Coyle, who showed us something tonight so far, Jim?
Yeah, but I think it's Coyle has not allowed Sykes to produce his smooth boxing. He's kept on his case. As soon as Sykes has come close, he's got punches off. This is better from Sykes.
Again, open to that straight left from Coyle.
Sykes trying to put short punches together, get close and drill some short punches home. Get inside those long looping punches of Coyle.
I'm sure Stephen Smith and Julian McGowan, the two trainers, have both been saying the same thing. You've got to go out and win this last round. It's too close to call.
Good body shot there from Sykes. Maybe a little dip in the pace at the beginning of this round from Coyle. I mean, Sykes does have a terrific engine. He was always noted for that in his longer distance fights. But he hasn't been allowed to produce his smooth boxing in this one tonight. Good work from Coyle throughout of this. Sykes beginning to produce a little bit more now.
Yeah, he's just starting to get him under control. But it's taking him a while, isn't it? And as much as he is getting under control, Coyle is still landing, especially with those straight left hands. Like that. Nice little pick off from the youngster. Not sure how many of those actually landed. But again, it's the eye-catching stuff coming from Coyle. Sykes needs to just get him back and put him back in his box.
Yeah, he's doing more leading off in this round, Sykes, but far from his best, and I think we have to give Coyle a lot of credit for that.
I'm impressed with the youngster, Jim, whatever the result here as we get inside the last minute. We might be seeing more of him. The right hand landed from Sykes.
Just heading towards the last half minute. Oh, good left hook there.
One of those swinging left hooks from Coyle.
Coyle, yep.
And he is open to him, isn't he?
See, he's forcing everything. His boxing's not flowing tonight, Sykes, so he's forcing everything. He's making a lot of mistakes. He may just have done a bit more work in this round. But I tell you what, this one is in the balance. You cannot argue whichever way the judges want to see this one. I think it's all down to the first round. I scored at level. So that's the round. I couldn't split them in the opener. I've a one round apiece so far since then. But what a tough one to score here.
Oh, good right uppercut from Coyle, and he was shaken on the bell. And has he survived, Gary Sykes? What an examination. And has he passed it?
Well, I mean, my heart says, you know, mathematically I've got a level, but my heart says Coyle deserves to be the one who moves on here, because he's the one who produced terrific form, considering the level he's been boxing at before. The stats have it in Sykes' favour, but obviously stats don't always tell the full story. I had the first round level, one round apiece after that, but if I had to choose which one I thought deserved to move on in this tournament, I think I would go with Coyle.
And look at our viewer poll on that. 2-1. They favour Tommy Coyle. That would be the shock of Prizefighter if the judges see it that way. It really was close, and neither man got on top consistently at any point.
But so often the better punching, you know, the punching that got you to the edge of your seat was coming from Coyle. Definitely producing the better work. He hurt Sykes right at the end of the third round there. Yep, as I say, if it tilts his way, I'd be delighted for the young man.
Ladies and gentlemen, under Terry O'Connor's insistence, a round of applause for both gallant boxers, please. Here are the judges' score totals. By way of 30, 27, 29 to 28, 29 to 28, and through to semi-final number 2 from Dewsbury, Gary 5-Star Sykes.